Welcome to episode 18 of the WHL show. We got my good friend Andre here. So we actually met at the gym because you had a 10X bag and you were at the same conference that I went to 2 years ago called the 10X Growth Con.
Yeah.
How did that decision come about?
Well, Brandon, I was brought up in a household where I didn't have the business knowledge. I didn't have a mentor or anyone to teach me a lot of the things. And I knew I wanted to achieve something bigger for myself. And so pretty much I was looking for knowledge. I was looking to invest in myself and acquire the knowledge that I needed to build something of myself.
What has been your main takeaway from some of the things that you've learned over the years in personal development?
My biggest takeaways as of today is just you need to think a lot bigger. I think a lot of people don't think big enough, and you just need to put in the work and just take action.
And then over the years, you've kind of developed this philosophy, we were talking about it the other day, of these three pillars towards success, or what do you call it?
Oh yeah, so during speaker school with you and Carl hosted, it was a great event. If anyone's interested for your next event, I definitely recommend it. Through one of the exercises that we had, was to draft a story. And I came up with the three laws. I kind of narrowed down the three big things that really helped me get to where I am today. And the first one was the law of attraction. The second one was the law of proximity. And the third one is the law of initiative. Those three things, looking back now, are what helped get from where I was to where I am today.
So when you're talking law of attraction, it's something that we hear a lot in the personal development world. What does that actually mean?
The law of attraction is when you put something in your mind, you identify what you want and you visualize it and you pretty much work towards it. It does not mean that you just think about something that's magically going to appear. It means, you know what you want and you work towards getting that. And by putting the energy out into the world, you will attract it.
So, and then when you're talking law of proximity, how have you applied that to your life?
Law of proximity means just get in the rooms with people that are doing what you want to do. For me, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I knew that I wanted to make more money. I knew that eventually I wanted to be in business. I started off working in restaurants. I started off as a dishwasher. I grew to become a busboy and eventually a waiter. As I was growing, I wanted to not just be in any restaurant. I wanted to be in a restaurant that I could meet people and build relationships with people that were doing things in life, doing important things, had businesses, were affluent, etc. The restaurant was one way, the only way at the time that I knew of how to be around those people, right? I didn't know of the great events like the A to B conference that you're going to be holding soon. I wish I knew about those sort of events back then. I would definitely attend them. But back then, the only way that I knew to get around these type of people were just being in the restaurant business. That's all that I knew.
So the third law is the law of initiative?
Law of initiative, yeah.
And then how have you applied that to your life?
So the law of initiative to me just means taking the extra step. When you have an idea, let's say you work somewhere and you have a great idea, just take the initiative to do that. If it's not your job, do it anyways. If you don't know how to do it anyways. Learn how to do it. Take an extra step, help your colleagues, even if it's not your role. Just take the initiative to do things.
And so we've talked about this a little bit in the past, but you actually, I know it's not something you're super proud of, but you've overcome this nicely. You actually never graduated college.
Yeah, it's a little bit embarrassing to say, but I don't care because it may help a lot of people out there. I went to community college for 4 years and I did not get an associate's degree. I ended up dropping out. It was just a time in my life. I was never great at school, if you would. I couldn't really learn very much in the school environment for whatever reason. Nowadays, I have a goal of reading 12 books a year. I love learning. I love everything about acquiring knowledge and doing things my own way. Learning in a school environment itself just wasn't for me. And I just kind of went the other route. And that doesn't mean you shouldn't take a course. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't invest in knowledge and invest in learning. You always should do that. Life is about learning because without knowledge, you can't do anything.
This guy was the first guy to buy tickets to my A to B conference. Yeah. So he's gonna be a great guy that you can connect with if you are able to make it there. So Andre, how did you get to where you are today work-wise?
Well, I applied those three laws, and looking back now, at the time, I didn't know what I was doing or, that I was doing that. I wasn't implementing it purposefully. Today I do. But back then I was working at the restaurant, you know, and I put myself in the situation because I knew I wanted to be around people. I knew that were doing things that I wanted to do. And I, you know, with the law of attraction, I very strongly believe that at that time, it was the energy that I was putting out in the world. People noticed my work ethic, and this one lady offered me a job to work at her husband's organization called the National Kidney Registry. They're going to facilitate over 1,000 transplants this year, and I'm very excited to be a part of that.
So what can we expect from you in the future?
Well, Brandon, right now, you know, I'm focused on growing within my organization. You know, I'm implementing the law of proximity. Every single meeting that the CEO is in, I try my best to be in that meeting. I apply the law of attraction. I have a vision for where I want to go. And I'm just trying to apply these different laws so I can grow my organization. You know, I started there making $40,000 a year on a temporary basis because, you know, I had no background. They didn't know what I was capable of. And through hard work and taking initiative and doing projects, today I'm positioned to make over 6 figures. So
Wow.
That's very exciting for me. And eventually, you know, once I reach a place in this organization that I feel that I have no more growth, which will probably be a while because we're growing, you know, exponentially right now. Eventually, I do want to become an investor. I want to start my own business or purchase a business, and that's where I'm going.
Wow, pretty incredible. And 24 years old?
Yes, 24th.
Wow,
Yeah.
24 years old, never graduated from college, but got connected with the right people who could help him grow. And now he's on pace to make over 6 figures if everything works out this year. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell the viewers?
Absolutely. I think that anyone can do anything they set their mind to. It's just incredible how powerful your mind is, how powerful relationships are, and how powerful just knowledge is.
Well, thanks so much. And then where can people follow you? Where can people find you?
I'm mostly on Instagram. So if you just search me at Andre_BR97 and you'll see me on there.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. And thank you for watching this episode of the WHL show. Make sure to like and subscribe. And also on May 14th, 2022, we are going to be at the A to B conference. It's a conference that I'm hosting and where the theme is to go from point A to point B, where you are now to where you want to be in the fastest amount of time possible, just like this guy has done to get to where he is today and what he's working on to get to that bigger vision in the future.
I'll see you there.